Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you just so happen to be joining me for the very first time, thank you so much for being here. My name is Donella and this is my world of beauty here on Now for this week's video, we are well into the summer, and we know when the summertime comes around, we have, for us makeup lovers and us makeup wearers, we know that we have to change up the way that we prep our skin, especially if you have oily skin. We have to change the way that we prep our skin, and we definitely have to be a little bit lighter on our foundations. Now, I know some persons like to go in with a full coverage makeup application, especially if you have hyperpigmentation, dark spots. What we're going to be doing is prepping the skin to apply our makeup. And of course, you know, I love to go in with my handy dandy Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. Now, for those of you who asked me about these two bad boys, whether it's good to wear it during the summertime, absolutely. But what I'm doing here is I'm going to show you or teach you a way to use your primer and setting spray to get the best and longest way out of your makeup, especially during these extremely hot days. So if you are interested in seeing how I have a bit of a different application to my makeup, or see how everything turns out, then please stay tuned. Let's move on to the coverage part of this. Now, for these very hot months, I have been really in love with this skin tint from Rare Beauty, this one from Rare Beauty, and also this one from Fenty Beauty. These two have been my favorite products right now in terms of application. Like, I haven't really been applying much foundations. I've more been using skin tints and concealers just because, you know, it's hotter, so I feel like you need to give the skin a little bit more room to breathe, and just so that, you know, persons like me that have oily skin, so we don't have to have that over excessive sweating and oil mixed up together and everything. But if you do want to wear foundation still, and you're still looking for something easy, something that's wearable, something that has a bit of longevity, then I'm just going to show you exactly what I've been doing in order to keep my makeup lasting at least 8 hours. I'm going to go in with this skin tint from Rare Beauty, and then we're going to move on to applying the concealers, etc. I normally do just 2 drops all over my face, and then I just go in with my brush and blend that all over my skin. Now, this is specifically for persons who like light to medium coverage. If you're a full coverage girl, then I suggest going in with your usual favorite foundation, whatever that foundation might be. And yeah, if you really want to try this step. Now, the one thing I noticed about this Rare Beauty skin tint is that it does give off this really natural glow. It's not anything that's going to make you look overly sweaty or anything, just because of how I've been applying my makeup. But for persons who might be trying it for the first time, and you're just like, oh my god, this has a very like luminous type of thing going on, yes, but it dries down to this very beautiful natural finish. So that's one of the reasons why I've been kind of drawn to using it a lot more during these hot months. It applies this nice luminous finish, but it dries down beautifully. Now, for persons who might be saying, hey, I don't have that type of skin, and maybe I might need a little bit of color correcting, maybe I might actually need a foundation just to try to hide some of my skin's imperfections, that's okay. If you want to use a foundation, that's cool. I'm just showing you what I've been using. I have been switching out every now and then between the skin tints and also this foundation from Beauty. I absolutely love this foundation. It has a really lovely natural matte finish as well, and it works well with persons that have oily skin. I have 2 shades that I normally use, Brown Sugar T4 and Brown Sugar T3. So those are the 2 shades that I normally use. Okay, so for those of us who still want to just use just a skin tint, I normally just go in and do the coverage aspect of it with concealers. So I have these 2 concealers that have been a staple since I discovered them in my makeup drawer. I'm actually trying this shade for the first time, Sable. I'm wondering if I can use this perhaps maybe as a contour. We can see how Sable work out, because this is my first time using it. But for those of you who've been watching me for some time, you know that Spice Rum is basically just is like the closest, if not the exact match to my skin's complexion. So I'm just going to go in with spiced rum, and what I normally do, I start from just a little bit beneath my eyes and then tap, go upwards, and the applicator does hold a lot of concealer. That's why you see me not dipping it in again, because yeah, this applicator holds quite a bit of concealer, so you won't necessarily need to dip it in again until you could see maybe like yeah, it looks like it's drying up, but it still has a little bit more in it, so you don't need to dip it in quite yet. And I'm going to just allow this to dry down for maybe like 30 seconds or so, maybe close to a minute. And okay, so now that we have spice rum all blended in, you see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, spice rum is like my skin's complexion, so I don't even have to worry about that. But we're gonna try Sable to see if she can be used as a contour. Let's see what Sable is looking like. Actually, no. Since I've applied it over here, let me apply it over here as well. Wow, it's not as rich as I thought it would be. So it looks like it's just gonna blend all the way out. Yeah, it does. It does give this nice warm finish though. Maybe I could use it on top of a contour, but no, that kind of just blend in to my skin, and it just gives me like a nice little warm bronzy thing right there. I don't know if you guys could see it, but okay, I guess Sable is not going to be the contour. All right, so let's move on and actually find a contour color that will use this black opal stick, this black opal true color foundation stick. Listen, I love black opal. Since they changed their formulas and whatever they've done, I've been a fan of black opal. Now this shade is called Java Dream. If you're a person that pronounces your J's to Y's, if you're in that language category, then you'll probably say Java Dream, but for us, we say Java Dream. Now this is a really rich color right here, so I suspect I'm going to have to go in really light with this. This is going to look a little bit on the muddy side if I go in too heavy hand with this, so yeesh, girl. Okay, we're just gonna put one dot there, one dot there, and we are going to put down Java because baby, she is hot. And I actually wet my brush with some makeup setting spray, so I'm just going to go in and lightly tap that upwards into the Sable that I would have applied there, and it's not too bad because I didn't go in too heavy. So I'm just going to blend that out real quick. Next, I'm going to set all of my creamy products that I just applied to my face. Yes, set it and then apply the powder. So I'm going to go in with my handy dandy one size on till dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray. It has a lot of things: waterproof, disproof, all the proofs. This is it. And we're just going to give that about 30 seconds to do what it needs to do. After I've done that and I can see that the setting spray is doing what it needs to do, then I'm going to go in with my Fenty, of course, my Fenty powder. This one is in the shade Honey. I can't show you right now because I'm afraid I'll throw it away. And then I'm just going to set everything into place even more. And I'm not going to bake because since I have on that setting spray, it is going to do what it needs to do to just keep everything in place. So I'm going to apply the Fenty powder in all the areas where I would have applied concealer. Set, 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 set. So we're good to go, we're good to go, we're good to go to know. But while this is doing what it needs to do, I'm just going to apply some eyeshadow real quick and come back and do my contour and the rest of my face. So let me just deal with my eyes real quick. Okay, so I am back, and baby, we don't need to make this video any longer than it needs to be, okay? All right, I already put everything on except this. I'm going to be going in with my the front of this. I'm always cleaning off my stuff, so alcohol, isopropyl alcohol would have taken off Pat McGrath little logo that I had there, but it's still on the back. This is a Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Setting Powder, and it's in the shade Medium Deep number 4. So I'm just going to just lightly dust a bit of this over my entire face. Let me get a mirror so I can see what I'm doing. So I have this much up on my Juno and Co. fluffy brush. Juno and Co. I love this brush. And I'm just going to lightly tap Pat McGrath powder all over my face. And it's just a setting, not setting spray, a setting powder that, you know, some persons always ask me, how come you don't lightly dust a bit of powder over your face after you finish your makeup? I normally just skip that part just because it's not something I do. I feel like my setting spray alone works, but just for persons who might want to just see me do that added step, I do it every now and then, but not very often. After, of course, we applied everything, then we go in once again and set everything again, because you know we have stuff that we've added over the setting spray, so we need to just set that baby in place once again. So once we've applied that, we're good to go. So after you've done that final step, you really don't need to do anything else. You are good to go, baby. Your makeup is gonna last 8 hours or more. And just pull your hair down, pull your hair up, whichever direction your hair needs to go, and you are good to go. Alright everyone, so that is it for this week's makeup upload. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. If you happen to be joining me for the very first time, I'm not sure if I said this at the beginning of the video, thank you so much for being here with me. And if you happen to have liked this video, then please be sure to give it a big thumbs up on your way out. And also, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and click the subscribe button on your way out. Thank you guys so much for being here with me, and I'll talk to you guys real soon on my next upload. Bye bye.